just want to welcome you all to my YouTube channel. My name is Biwati Maka for anyone who is new here, and I am a first year medical student. I actually just started my first week of school, so right now I'm in the orientation phase. I just wanted to take some time because I've been getting a lot of questions about how exactly I got into medical school. I think a lot of people kind of know that I got into medical school through my post-baccalaureate program that I did, so I just wanted to talk about that for a little. So before we get into what I did to get into medical school, I kind of just wanted to briefly touch upon post-baccalaureate programs. So for those of you who don't know what a post-baccalaureate program is, it is a program that you complete after you've already completed your undergraduate degree, and it's designed to develop your academic learning a little bit more, and it kind of enhances your application, and this is normally because of the increased competitiveness for medical school. So a lot of times people will do post-bac programs for different reasons, and those will probably include sometimes they went into a different career field before going into medicine, sometimes they don't feel ready for medical school, sometimes they just didn't score that well on their MCATs, or they didn't score that well during undergrad in all of their courses, so they need to kind of beef up their application, and a way to do that is through a post-baccalaureate program. Some people will do master's programs, and sometimes those post-baccalaureate programs are master's programs, but it really just depends. Each program is different. Post-bacs are also becoming a lot more common, so you don't have to worry if you have to do a post-bac. Medical school is becoming more competitive, so post-bacs are becoming more necessary for a lot of applicants. And you don't have to worry either about the increase in age. I know a lot of people always talk about how they're like older going into medical school, and honestly, I think medical schools actually like older applicants. I think that it looks like you've done other things and you've explored other things, and you kind of are more mature for medical school. You are fine. The average age of matriculation is about like 25. Some are younger, some are older, but medical schools now are just looking at older applicants more and more. So you don't have to go from undergrad straight into medical school. One thing I should also point out is that you don't actually have to do a formal post-bac program. Some people have actually done post-bacs where they just take the classes that they need to get better and be more competitive for medical school. So a lot of people will normally go this route, I think because it's more cheaper than doing a formal post-bac program. Some post-bac programs are expensive and they may not be covered with student loans, so you might not even be able to take out federal student loans, so you might have to take out like private loans to be able to pay for tuition for those formal post-bac programs. So if you go the informal route, then you will not get a completion certificate or a degree, which is what a lot of post-bac programs do. So it's kind of nice to have finished a post-bac program and have done the requirements for med school, and also get maybe like a master's as well. So one cool thing about some post-bacs is that they can actually be linked or affiliated to a medical school. So what that means is that they might be able to guarantee an interview at their medical school. You might even be guaranteed a spot at their medical school for the following year. So the really great thing about that is that it really either increases your likelihood of getting into medical school, or you just are in and you just have to complete the program. So that's also a really nice thing about some of the post-bac programs. So when it came for my post-bac, I did a formal post-bac program called the Imi Hoʻōla Post-baccalaureate Program, and it is affiliated with the John A. Burns School of Medicine. What I really like about this program is it's really designed for disadvantaged students. So people who come from disadvantaged backgrounds are encouraged to apply. So those who get accepted to the Imi Hoʻōla Post-baccalaureate Program actually get conditional acceptance to JAPSOM. So what that means is as long as you finish the program, you can start at the medical school in the fall. So that's a really nice thing, and I really like that about my post-bac program. I think if I had done other programs that weren't affiliated, I would have been a little bit more iffy. I think it's a lot scarier, knowing that you still have to either redo the MCAT, redo all of the application, redo the secondaries and interviews. And because I was in the Imi Hoʻōla post-bac program, I just did nothing. I just had to do the program and then start in the fall. So a really quick rundown of what I had to do to get into Imi. I had to apply in the fall, and I applied to both JAPSUM and the Imi program. So what happens is if I had gotten into JAPSUM, then I would not have had to do the Imi program. And in the event that I didn't get into JAPSUM, then I would go through the Imi program to get into JAPSUM, and that's pretty much what I did. So in August of 2018, I applied to both. I got rejected by JAPSUM. I didn't even get interviewed by JAPSUM. So I pretty much just waited to hear back from Imi after I had gotten rejected from JAPSUM, and I heard back for an interview April 2019, and then I got in officially May 2019. So after I got into Imi, I did the whole year-long program, and I graduated June 9th, 2020, and I started officially at the med school this past week. Yeah, so pretty fast. I didn't really get a lot of breaks between a lot of the notifications of acceptances and starting school. A little bit about the Imi Hoʻōla Post-baccalaureate Program is that it is a program designed to bridge the gap for disadvantaged students. So for a lot of students that come from disadvantaged backgrounds and may not have had educational opportunities for success, you really get that through Imi Hoʻōla. So they do a really good job. The faculty and the staff are so supportive, and they really try to cultivate a really great learning experience and a learning environment for their students to succeed. So the students go through a 12-month-long curriculum, which includes PBL for medical biology, and then we have lecture-based medical biochemistry, and then also humanities in medicine. So in those courses we also have labs. So we also have a anatomy, histology lab where we get to use the cadaver lab at the medical school. We also have biochemistry lab, and then just a lot of cool things in the curriculum which really allow you to develop like your critical thinking skills, your communication skills, and just all of the things that you really need to succeed in medical school. So that's one thing that I really loved about the program. I definitely feel a lot more ready going into medical school than if I had not done the program. I think one misconception about Imi students is that they may not be smart enough to get into medical school, and I think that is completely wrong. I know a lot of Imi students who have actually interviewed at other schools, who have been waitlisted, or maybe they just really wanted to just go to JAPSUM and have turned down other schools. So the Imi program is really not an indicator, I think, of how smart someone is. I think it's definitely filled with some of the smartest people, and I think that they will all be true leaders in the medical field. I think that we've had a lot of leaders come out of Imi, so I'm just, yeah, so I don't think that at all. Another misconception is that sometimes people will say that Imi students got into medical school the back doorway, and I would definitely disagree with that. I think to have completed Imi, it would have just been easier if I had just retook my MCAT, redid all my applications, secondaries, interviews, because it was definitely a lot harder to have done Imi. Imi is so rigorous that it really pushes you so hard in so many ways, physically, emotionally, spiritually, that it would have just been a lot easier to have done applications again. So I do feel like completing Imi is something that I'm proud of, and it's something that I am proud I got in this way because of everything that I've gone through and everything that's made me an even better student. So now looking back at what I overcame, not just in life, but in Imi and the program, I definitely don't think that I got into medical school the back doorway. I think that I got into medical school with the doors wide open, with the dean and the faculty welcoming me into the school. I think that I proved myself and I will be such an asset to the school, and I don't think of myself as getting in through the back door. Front door. That's where I got in. But I do like the back doorway, just because it's, yeah. And honestly, if you get into medical school, you get into medical school. Everyone gets into it a different way, and how this person got there might have been more direct, but we are in the same place. You may think someone's qualifications may be so much better than yours, but I did less and I'm still here, so. Actually, I didn't do less. I did Imi. So that was a lot. So that concludes my video. I hope that you guys learned a little bit about post-bacs. I know it was a really quick overview, but go ahead and reach out to me if you still want some more information. I also am willing to give information for anyone who needs some more about the Imi Hoʻōla program. I love it. I will make sure to link my program's website in the description, and I will also link our class video for those of you who want to watch it. I directed it, so go ahead and give that a watch if you guys are interested in the program. I also want to ask that you guys go ahead and like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who is interested in doing a post-bac, or specifically the Imi Hoʻōla Post-baccalaureate program. Let me know. Again, reach out to me if you want more information. And thank you for joining me.